basis. The last time we talked to you, just how do you feel like you've progressed over the last couple weeks?
I feel like it's a upward trend. I'm just trying to keep getting better every day, 20% better every day. So that's really what it's been.
Anfernee, just obviously nobody wants to see like Mario and Pete hurt, but like you had an opportunity to be in the starting lineup. Like, how are you viewing this opportunity to get more playing time, get playing time with the ones and all that?
Feels good. It gives me a chance to get comfortable in this league. Like last year, it was really just practice and some preseason games. So being able to go out there with the guys and the ones and get more experience with any group, really, it's a blessing. So it's just trying to take advantage of the opportunities I get.
What was the biggest adjustment you needed to make from last year to this year?
Like I've been saying, my mental, just letting loose. Like I said, I just trust in God, just give all my worries to God. I feel like physically, I don't feel like there are many big physical changes I made from last year to this year. Like I put on a few pounds, got stronger, got faster. I still worked this offseason, but I think the main focus for me this offseason was letting go mentally, just being able to just go out there and play football instead of being stuck in my own head.
So like just giving your athleticism a chance to play.
Yeah, like if you see last year it was like I put so much pressure on myself. I'm like, dang, I got to make this play. I got to do this. I got to make the team. I got to do that. I got to do this. So then all that pressure it crushed me. So then this year I was like, all right, all that worry, let me just give it to God. Let me give it to God. And then that's what I'm doing. I feel lighter. Like I feel lighter on my feet. The game's moving slower. I feel like I know my playbook better as well. So I'm just out there literally just playing ball instead of thinking. So.
We've seen that you continue to make a lot of high impact plays. Do you feel like at the same time you cut down on when you're reviewing tape, mistakes or things you wish you'd done better on a daily basis? Is that improved?
Yeah, that's improved as well. I feel like there's always room to improve. So I feel like the mental errors and mistakes, I feel like definitely try to keep those low. They're definitely low. Just trying to keep them low and just doing my job. Like, if I do my job, the play's gonna come to me. That's what Hodges told me. Like during camp, all the plays I make in camp is from doing my job. So games, I try to make it no different. Just go out there and play ball. Just do my job.
The third preseason game is obviously big for guys trying to make further roster. But I'm wondering, after going through it, maybe the first time last year, is there anything you do differently or take it differently now that you have the first one under your belt?
I feel like I'm just relaxing more. Like if you saw last year, I just got worse. Like people are supposed to get better throughout camp. You look at me last year, I just got worse. Like OTAs, I was flying around doing my thing. Training camp at the beginning, oh yeah, he's cool, and then it was just downhill. I just kept getting worse because I just kept putting more pressure on myself. So it was just and it showed. Like even my PFF score, whatever that is, someone told me it just kept getting lower and lower and lower. And you watch the film, it's like, man, this guy has no clue what he's doing. So right now I'm just trying to be relaxed out there and just play ball. That's my main focus, not to put too much pressure on it being the last preseason game or anything like that. Just it's not an opportunity to play ball, so I'm gonna go out there and do that.
Did you feel that at the time, or is that something now that you look back, oh wow?
I definitely felt it at the time. I didn't want to believe it, but I definitely felt it at the time. But then looking back on it, that's definitely what it was. I was out there stressing for no reason. I'm putting too much pressure on me trying to go play, and I'm not playing. So I just that's what I noticed, and I just been the main focus this offseason and throughout right now.
You mentioned keeping mistakes down, but is there a point where it's like you have to play without being mistakes happen?
Yeah.
But if you're worried about making mistakes, you play slow, and then you're not. If you're thinking too much about the mistakes you don't want to make, then you end up making mistakes anyways.
That's another thing that last year, I would make a mistake, and I'd let that linger for the rest of practice or the rest of the game. So I feel like this year I make a mistake, okay, that's cool. We're going to fix it later. I'm just on the next play. Even in the game, at first it was a missed tackle on the sideline. He stepped out. No, I could have let that. Last year I feel like I would have let that draw out the entire game, and you would have saw my play just go down. But this year I was just all right, that's cool. Next time I'm going to get him next time. And I just kept going. So that's a big change from last year to this year is just letting go of bad plays, let go of good plays too, just next play mentality.
How did you actually say, I feel like you hear a lot of people say they want to be like that, but how did you actually get to that point, Did you have to, I don't
do some studies? Or
Yeah, I had a mental performance coach, Jonna Genova. I think I said her name right. So we worked throughout this off season. We had a lot of meetings, just working on like my limiting beliefs, like trying to mitigate those, and focusing on my empowering beliefs and trying to keep those in the forefront, and getting a plan together for this training camp and this throughout the off season to make sure my mental's right. So she's helped me tremendously. So just keeping my mind right and being able to go. I call it playing out my mind because I'm not thinking. So just going out there, be able to play out my mind and just go play ball.
And it's like, you have to be really intentional with that, I imagine, and just not let the bad habits kind of creep back in.
Yeah, like we still talk every now and then, but I feel like that's helped me tremendously. Just being able to mental, like, because it's a mental game, really. I feel like in the NFL, everyone's physically gifted. Everyone can do it physically, but the mental is where you can separate. So that's why it was a big emphasis this offseason. So.
At the same time, like you've probably been hearing next play all your life. Is that just something you kind of have to go through to realize, like, actually, so it's not just like a cliche more?
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game, really, next play. Because that one play can make or break a game, but, like only if you let it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a bad play and you let it linger throughout the rest of the game, then you're done for. But, like, if you have a good play and just keep focused on that, then you're still done for. So you just got to be able to just play the game, you know what I'm saying? Not be stuck on the past or just play the game.
Your PFF scores at all this year at all?
Nah, don't tell me. I don't want to.
Can you give an example of an empowering belief that you're trying to reinforce versus the other kind of belief that you're trying to?
Yeah, so one of my empowering beliefs is God gave me this passion for football for a reason. So that's been my biggest focus this offseason is my relationship with God. I'm just trying to stay close with Him. I feel like in the past I put football before God, and I feel like that's not how I should live life. It's not how we should live life. So just putting Christ before ball and just knowing that He gave me this passion for a reason. So to trust that He didn't give me this passion just to go work a 9 to 5, go work some regular job. So I'm meant to play the sport. So just knowing that and having that confidence to just go out there and play. And one of my limiting beliefs, is a good amount, but it's like 3. We picked 3, but they're pretty intense. I don't want to keep those to myself, but like they're like just personal things like throughout life that I noticed that we went through. Noticed that like have crept up. Like even if I didn't notice like stacked up and took a toll on me. So just knowing to limit those and just being able to focus on the empowering beliefs.
Do a lot of your peers do that same mental exercise?
I'm not sure.
How did you find out about it?
I met Jonna. Jonna taught me it, but I met Jonna in Tampa with at House of Athlete Yo Murphy where I trained. So she was there, and then that's where we connected first, and then reconnected with her this off season. And then that's when we got to go through this RIP season, is what we call it.
Time for one more.
From a player's perspective, did you notice a big difference back home when you were practicing to California?
Man, a little bit, but try not to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay hydrated. Like you're gonna feel a difference. It's humid here. Like it's just what it is. But being back home, I feel like just having the fans out yesterday and just being back in New Orleans, being back at home, it's great. Like I feel like we have a new juice of energy just being back home. Like everyone is so excited to come back, and now that we're finally back, you like kind of sense it with the guys. It's like new level of energy being back home.